Hi everyone, continue with this module, network components, types and connections. This is the point 2, introduction. Okay, Webster, why should I take this module? Kishori does not yet understand network infrastructure device roles in the network, including end devices, intermediate devices, and network media. When she first started her nursing career, she was writing patients' medical notes in a paper notebook. At home, Kishori only has a laptop, a smartphone, and table. This makes her most familiar with end devices or hosts. She understands that those devices are connected to the internet somehow through that box in the corner of her living room. At work she uses a laptop, desktop, a printer, and other network components hospital equipment. She wants to learn more about network components and how they are connected. Kishori leaves her patient's room, sets down her laptop, and continues her work on the desktop computer at the nursing station. She wonders how the electronic note she just took on the laptop appeared on the patient's record on the desktop computer. How are they connected? How does the computer reach the internet in the first place? Kishori has a lot to learn, and you might too. Take this module to learn more. And what will I learn in this module? Module title, network components, types and connections. Module objectives, explain network types, components and connections. Topic title, clients and servers, explain the roles of clients and servers in a network. Network components, explain the roles of network infrastructure devices. And ISP connectivity option, describe ISP connectivity option. Okay. The next point is 2.1 clients and servers. We have a video. In this video, speak over these topics. The first is client and server roles. Are computers connected to a network that participate directly in network communications are classified as hosts. Hosts can send and receive messages on the network. In modern network, computer hosts can act as a client, a server, or both, as shown in the figure. The software installer on the computer determines which role the computer plays. Here see in the left right is a client, a PC, internet, and the right side is server. Servers are hosts that have software installed which enable them to provide information, like email or web page, to other hosts on the network. Each service requires separate service software. For example, a host requires web server software in order to provide web service to the network. Every destination that you visit online is provided to you by a server located somewhere on a network that is connected to the global internet. Clients are computer hosts that have software installed that enables the host to require and display the information obtained from the server. An example of client software is a web browser, such as Internet Explorer, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, or Chrome. We have a table with type and description, and the first type is email. The description is the email server run email server software. Clients use mail client software such as Microsoft Outlook to access email on the server. The second type is web. The web server run web server software. Clients use software, browser software such as Windows Internet Explorer to access web page on the server. And the finish of the last type is file. The file server stores corporate and use files in a central location. The client device accesses these files with client software such as the Windows File Explorer. The next point is peer-to-peer networks. Client and server software usually run on separated computers, but it is also possible for one computer to root both clients and server software at the same time. In small business and homes, many computers function as the servers and clients on the network. This type of network is called a peer-to-peer (P2P) network. The simplest P2P network consists of two directly connected computers using either a wired or wireless connection. Both computers are then able to use this simple network to exchange data and service with each other, acting as either a client or a server as necessary. Multiple PCs can also be connected to create a large P2P network, but these require a network device, such as a switch, to interconnect the computers. The main disadvantage of a P2P environment is that the performance of a host can be slowed down if it is acting as both a client and a server at the same time. The figure lists some of the advantages and disadvantages of peer-to-peer network. In large business, because of the potential for high amount of network traffic, it is often necessary to have dedicated servers to support the number of service requests. The advantage and disadvantage of P2P networking are summarized in the figure. We see I have a printer to share and I have files to share. Okay. The first is the advantage of peer-to-peer networking: easy to set up, less complex, lower cost, because network device and dedicated servers may not be required, can be used for simple tasks such as transferring files and sharing printers. And the disadvantage of peer-to-peer networking: no centralized administration, not as secure, not scalable. All devices might act as both clients and servers, which can slow their performance. And moreover, peer-to-peer applications. A P2P application allows a device to act as both a client and a server within the same communication. As shown in the figure, in this model, every client is a server and every server is a client. P2P applications require that each end device provide a user interface and run a background service. Some P2P applications use a hybrid system, where resource sharing is decentralized, but the indexes that point to resource location are stored in a centralized directory. In a hybrid system, each peer accesses an index server to get the location of a resource stored in another peer. We can see the client and server is an instant message app. Okay, is how WhatsApp meeting tonight. Okay, okay. Both clients can simultaneously send and receive messages. This is peer-to-peer application. And multiply roles in the network. A computer with server software can provide service simultaneously to one or many clients, as shown in the figure. Additionally, a single computer can run multiple types of server software. In a home or a small business, it might be necessary for one computer to act as a file server, a web server, and an email server. A single computer can also run multiple types of client software. There must be client software for every server required, with multiple multiple clients installed, a host can connect to multiple servers at the same time. For example, a user can check email and view a web page while instant messaging and listening to internet radio. Okay, we have a server and 4 clients. Finish with check your understanding, clients and server. And the question 1, a computer that has software installed to provide information, such as email or web page, to other device is known as a. This question is provide information. The server provide information. That's right, servers are hosts that have software installed that enable them to provide information, like email or web page, to other hosts on the network. The next is question 2. A smartphone uses web browser software to request and display a web page. The smartphone is considered what type of computer? Is a client. Clients are computer hosts that have software installed that enable them to request and display the information obtained from the server. And finish with question 3. A network where two computers are communicating with each other as both a client and a server is known as a peer-to-peer network. A peer-to-peer network consists of two directly connected computers where both computers are able to exchange data and service with each other, acting as either a client or a server as necessary. And the next is network components. Okay, network components. Okay. The first point is network infrastructure. The path that a message takes from its source to destination can be as simple as a single cable connection, one computer to another, or as complex as a network that literally spans the globe. This network infrastructure is the platform that supports the network. It provides the stable and reliable channel over which our communications can occur. The network infrastructure contains 3 categories of hardware components, as shown in the figure: end devices, intermediate devices, and network media. In the first tab is end devices, how is desktop computer, laptop, printer, IP phone, wireless cable, and telepresence endpoint. In the next tab is intermediary devices, how is wireless router, LAN switch, router, multi-layer switch, and firewall appliance. And finish with the tab network media, how is wireless media, LAN media, and WAN media. LAN media is local area network and WAN is wide area network. Devices and media are the physical elements or hardware of the network. Hardware is often the device components of the network platforms such as laptops, PCs, switch, routers, wireless access point, or the cabling used to connect the devices. Occasionally, some components may not be so visible. In the case of wireless media, messages are transmitted through the air using invisible radio frequency or infrared waves. Make a list of the network infrastructure components installed in your home network, including the cables or wireless access points that provide your network connection. In my case, only I have a laptop, phones, and a wireless router connected with a wireless media. The first point is end devices. The network device that people are most familiar with are called end devices or hosts. these devices from the interface between users and the underlying communication network. Some examples of end devices are as follows: computers, home workstation, laptops, file servers, web servers, network printers, telephones and teleconferencing equipment, security cameras, and mobile devices such as smartphones, tablets, PDAs, and wireless debit credit cards, readers, and barcode scanners. An end device or host is either the source or destination of a message transmitted over the network, as shown in the animation. In order to uniquely identify host, addresses are used. When a host initiates communication, it uses the address of the destination host to specify where the message should be sent. The animation shows a message from client, coming a switch, coming a router. Message can take alternative routes. Coming the router, next switch, and come with other clients. And finish your understanding network components. And question 1. Marjorie lives on a farm several kilometers outside of Mslowa, Tanzania. Which of the following end devices is she most likely to use to connect to the internet? Choice 2. Connected with the internet is a smartphone. And network printer represents endpoint. Represents, I don't know, network printer, and that's not correct. In rural areas that do not have a wired telecommunication infrastructure, wireless access through a cellular service is often the only choice for internet access. Choices for managing include a smartphone or tablet. Go back and rest and try again. Okay, reset. Only is a smartphone and network printer. That's not correct. Okay, network printer no. Reset. Smartphone and wireless router. And submit. I don't know. Wow, wireless table. Sorry. Smartphone, wireless table. Okay. Question 2. Eilert recently got a job with a computer support service company in his hometown of Falun, Sweden. A customer has asked for someone to come connect their home network to the internet. They only have a cable modem. Which of the following intermediary device will Eilert most likely take with him to the job? What's following intermediary? Intermediary devices, wireless router, only one. That's right. Well done. Home network typically connected to the internet service provider using a modem and a router with wireless capabilities. Sometimes these two devices are combined into one device. In this scenario, Eilert will need to bring the wireless router to the customer's homes and they only have the modem. Okay. And finish with question 3. Rosalia works as a community health worker in Rio Claro, Brazil. Most of her time is spent making home visits to provide primary care to people in her community. However, she requires internet access to maintain her patients' records and provide video conference with the doctor when needed. What end device and media type does Rosalie mostly like use? What end device? In device is a table and media type. Media type is wireless. No, one media. Submit, that's not correct. Community health workers that travel from home to home during their daily rounds spends heavily on wireless access. Therefore, Rosalia will most likely use a table and wireless media to connect to the internet for updating medical records and video conferencing with a doctor when needed. Okay, reset and table and I don't know, run media. That's not correct. Table, table. I don't know. Wireless media. That's right. Well done. Community health workers that travel from home to home during their daily rounds depend heavily on wireless access. Okay. And this is all for this. See you in the next one. Bye.